Mm-hmm. What you need in the building? Well, let's talk about it. I'm trying. Eating and talking. It's very annoying. I agree. Well, catching a little bite. You're gonna have to excuse me. And yes, my hair is not combed or anything. I'm home. I'm scrappy today. All right. If you haven't looked at my 2 video breakdowns, Cambosis versus Maxi Hughes and Inui versus Fulton, they're up. All right, they're up there. I didn't put the title because I don't want to get copyright strike or some kind of craziness like that from those companies. And hell with it. And I'm really to shoot. Okay, I go. Okay, my skin's peeling, all kinds of things. I'm scruffy looking right now, don't worry about it. We're going to talk about Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. Talk about Naoya Inui's victory over Stephen Fulton. We'll talk about Estrada coming back to defend her. I'm going to talk a little bit more and what that possibly could happen. And we're going to talk a little bit about, gonna have to excuse me, I see my internet coming and going on this phone. This phone's fine, it's the internet doing that, I don't know why. So that's happening with streaming. I'll talk about this real quick. I gotta get to jetting, so I can't take time. All right, so let's start off with Senicia Estrada. So she's more than likely going to be fighting on Friday. That's a fight. Will be on Friday. Those of you who are fans. All right, this phone keeps on cutting off way too often. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull the plug on some stuff and come back. I'm coming back right now. Huh. All right. One of the things that I didn't anyway is the fact that there's a that I knew anyway. He probably is using PEDs. Okay, Easy Boxing has been on record saying that. And his reasoning is the same phenomenon of Pacquiao he's seeing. Well, let me put you this way, okay? All those things we don't know, he did a lot of testing. Another interesting thing is, of course, that his gloves, pack of the gloves opened, and then, of course, they had problems with his wrapping. So all of these things are issues. But what I'm gonna say is, how he actually won that. And so it's interesting in of itself. But I will be honest with you guys, I'm real with you guys, that if Fulton had approached this fight the way how Mayweather faced Pacquiao, how Bernard Hopkins faced Tito Trinidad, I don't think he would have had problems with that. The guy's crazy strong, got crazy power. So what? He's also fast. He is very quick. but it's all boxing. Even the way Naoya Inoue got. If Fulton had done what he was supposed to do, which was establish his jab B first, this would not be an issue. We would have a battle of the jabs instead of Fulton backing off and trying to stay outside of the pocket. Anyway, just go watch the video. It's less than a minute long, and it breaks down what I'm talking about. Floyd didn't do that. When he was going up against Pacquiao, you know, he cut the distance as quickly as possible and tried to get his jab in as quickly as possible, right? Whereas Fulton, you know, he was still probing and trying to feel his way in, because for some reason he didn't have the confidence to just press the issue with his jab and use his defense to protect himself. All right. And I guess dealing with a speedier guy with power made him even more cautious, especially in light of what happened before the fight. So now I knew he was first, and he started dictating, and then he was able to control the fight, because not only was Fulton biting, you know, his feints and being pushed back, but also Fulton wasn't really establishing his jab. He wasn't doing anything with his jab. So Fulton started coming into the fight late after he had accumulated a number of body shots by Naoya Inoue, particularly the jab to the pit a number of times. And so, you know, that's why he lost the fight, quite frankly. It was easy going for Naoya Inoue, and then Fulton wasn't landing anything, and he wasn't throwing. Now, not to say that Inoue wasn't using the slips, and he wasn't using feints, and he was doing some of the similar things that Fulton was doing. So I can understand why Fulton was bemused, because this guy seemed to be up to speed with what I was doing. The guy seemed to figure me out and what I needed to do. So, you know, Inoue, you know, tried to keep Fulton in control and in check as much as possible, and that's what happened with that fight. Now, you know, all those other issues, you have to have a really good boxing IQ to be able to do that. It doesn't matter how much PEDs you have in your system and so on, you have to be able to use them. So I think Fulton was outplayed, and by the time Fulton started to get back in the game, he had already been worn down quite a lot by Inouye's jab to the pit. Almost a Mayweather-esque jab to the pit, by the way. Very interesting. Now, with respect to Spence versus Crawford, man, I've seen some of you guys dogmatic one way or the other. Just recently, I was just speaking to a lady online. She was saying that Crawford is going to stop Spence in 10. Yeah, when y'all pick a side, y'all go hard, man. Y'all go super hard. So it's got me laughing a bit. I'm not picking either side, so y'all can forget about that. I'm going to just watch the fight. If I can get a second phone, I'm going to commentate on the fight in real time for you guys. But you guys will have to watch along with me. You have to turn your volume down to 0 if you want to hear my commentary on it. The other thing is, I believe people are very passionate about this super fight, and that's good. But I gotta say, you gotta have a sense of reality. You have to realize these are 2 top tier guys. These guys can really fight. I've seen professionals, a lot of professionals are picking Crawford to win. And their major reason is they think that he's a smarter fighter, and they think that he has more tools. I don't know about that. Okay? We will see. We'll see who's the smarter fighter. I think this is going to be, me personally, I think this is going to be a tough fight for both fighters, and they're going to have to will their way out of it in the end. That's what I think. But that's why I'm not even trying to call this fight, because I understand the task at hand is monumental, and both guys have the intent that if they can get their opponent hurt, they try and get him out of there. So it's a very, very good fight, and I'm not picking anybody. This is not one for me to pick. You know, I thought I knew Fulton versus Inoue, and that surprised me. But this one's even harder. I'm not even gonna try and pick. You know what I mean? So y'all can rock with whoever you want to rock with. That's like throwing, for me, that's like throwing a coin. I can't tell you. as the fight goes along, I might be able to tell you, as well as I may not. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to this fight quite a lot. Saturday night's gonna be a good one. What you need in the building. So, like I said before, some people rocking with one person. You find the pros mostly rocking, particularly the European pros, rocking with Crawford. But I honestly, I've seen some people rocking with Spence as well. But I honestly think that this is a tough fight for both guys. And it's gonna come down to who wants it more. Quite frankly, at the end of the day. But you need, you watching my channel. That's basically it. That's all I want to say. If you guys got any questions for me, fuel them in, fire them in, and I will try to be, I'll be very happy to answer them for you. You can like, subscribe, and you can also donate to my channel. The link will be at the end of the stream. I am what you need. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.